ProbStats Kids. This is Dr. Callahan with Week 2 Friday. How are you guys doing? Congratulations, you made it to the end of the week. Go ahead and pause the video and answer the following 3 questions for your warm-up log. Okay, let's go ahead and create the assignment for this class today. All right, so today is Week 2 Friday ProbStats Semester 2. And today you're going to have your assessment number 3 on the sample mean involving p-hat and q-hat. Your instruction is to go ahead and make sure you guys watch the video. You guys have your YouTube channel right here. And of course, you can pick up a hard copy outside here. I will see you guys in person starting on Tuesday, January 19th. Remember that day is a hybrid day B. The following day, Wednesday, will be a hybrid day A. So just make sure you guys have the schedule going. And every day between now, you need to make sure you are logging on for this class during 5th period, 12:50 to 1:35, and even though today will really be the last day. And then 6th period from 1:40 to 2:25. It is going to be worth 10 points. Your grades are updated on Monday. There are 2 classes here, and it is always due by 3:30 p.m. All right, so with that said, I'm going to have you guys go ahead and take a look at your guided notes for today in case you need to have a copy, okay? So your guided notes is really just going to be 1 page, and I'm going to save it as a PDF so that way you can access it to this as well. So this is what it looks like, and that's what we're doing today. You guys also have your assessment on today's guided notes. It's just simply 2 questions. So let's go ahead and save this as a PDF so that way you guys have access to it. If you have a printer at home, you can go ahead and print it out. PDF and save. Okay, so here's your assignment. It popped up, so I'm going to go ahead and attach it. And here is your guided notes. It says it cannot attach for some reason, which is very, very odd. I'm not quite sure why it's saying that because it's just a PDF. Let's try this one more time. And you guys have seen me do this all the other days, and it was not a problem, but apparently today it is a problem. So let's try this one more time. Okay, so it's not allowing me to attach this, but that's okay because what I can do, let's see, what can we do with this? Let's see if I could take a screenshot of this because this is oh so silly. I don't know why it's doing this. Save as. So this will be my last attempt, and if it does not work, I will figure it out somehow, and then it'll be attached. So don't worry, it will be on there. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, so we're back to here. Let's attach this thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's not allowing me to attach. So I can go ahead and send you a picture of this, which it's not allowing me to do either, which is silly, really. That's okay. I will figure this out and it will get done. So don't you guys worry about this. But anyways, let's continue on with today's stuff. Okay. So this is week 2, Friday. Next week is going to be week 3. You guys will be in person on that Tuesday because Monday is Martin Luther King's birthday. Your finals week is going to be in 20 weeks. So we'll have 17 more weeks at the end of next week. So just keep that in mind. So part of the stuff that we did yesterday was for objective 9 and 10. So I'm going to have you guys turn over to this because we're going to go over this in person together. Okay, so objective 9, it says when, go ahead and read the following questions and then highlight the important information. There are 325 college students, 15 were surveyed and said that they own their car. Find a point of estimate for P hat, in the population proportion of students that own their car. Now, the total number of students here, as you guys know, is N is equal to 325. And of course, 115 of them says that they own their car. So your value for that is going to be, yes, the ones that owns their car. Own car is 115. All right, so your P hat is going to be the number of students that says yes, they own a car, divided by the total number of students that were surveyed. So then I'm going to put 115 over 325. So grab your calculator. What is that going to give you in decimal? And that's going to be a 0.354 or 35.4%. Okay. So now that you have your P hat, you need to find your Q hat. Your Q hat is just going to be 1 minus P hat. So 1 minus 0.354, and that will give you a 0.646 or a 64.6%. And just keep in mind that these two will always add up to 100% or 1. Okay, so how should you interpret this? 35.4% owns a car, 64.6% no car. Okay, and that's how you break this down. All right, let's go and take a look at objective number 10. Okay, so for objective number 10, once again, go ahead and highlight the following questions that are important, or information from the questions that are important. So they surveyed 280 homeless people. 63 of them are veterans. And I want you to construct a 90% confidence interval of the homeless people who are veterans. So with this one, a new piece of information gives you that C equals 0.90. And then remember I asked you guys to memorize the ZC that's affiliated with 90%. And the ZC that's affiliated with that is going to be 1.9 or 1.645. If you need to find the ZC of 95%, 99%, these are the following as well, but 1.645% is what we need. 1.645, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So I'm gonna start off with my p-hat. The p-hat is going to be 63 that are veterans divided by all of the homeless personnel, so 280. So go ahead and divide that, which is going to give you a 0.225. So then you know your Q hat is just going to be 1 minus P hat, which is going to give you a 0.775. So now we're going to have to construct a confidence interval for the population proportion. But remember that in order for you guys to do that, you will have to go ahead and make sure that there is a 5-point check. Oops, let's go ahead and do that. Dang it, why is it doing that? Discard. That it is indeed going to be over more than 5. Remember, we have to do that interval check, and I'm actually going to go ahead and paste this over here for you guys, so that way we can use this guide. Okay, so then looking at this part right here, we identify the p-hat. So got the population p-hat is, as we just calculated, was 0.225. We also identified the q-hat. Q-hat is 0.775. It says, verify that the sampling distribution P can be approximated by the normal distribution. So N times P hat. So if we're going to do this, N is going to be 280 times P hat 0.225 is going to be bigger than 5. And N, which is 280 times Q hat, is going to be bigger than 5 as well. Well, grab your calculator and multiply that out. And guess what? The first one here, I'm going to get a 63. So check, that's bigger than 5. The second one here, 217. Yep, check, that's also bigger than 5. So step 3, done. Step 4, got to find the critical value C or ZC. So your C is going to be at 90%. So your ZC that we've already determined is 1.645. So done with that. For number 5, you need to find the margin of error. And for you to find the margin of error, what you have to do is use this formula right here. So E is equal to ZC, which is 1.645, times the square root of P hat, which is going to be 0.225, times Q hat, which is 0.775, divided by N, which is 280. So first thing to do with your calculator is multiply the numerator. Okay, what just happened? So go ahead and multiply the numerator inside the square root. And then when you're done with that, you're going to divide it by 280. What did you guys get? You should have something of 0.0006, so 6 zeros. Go ahead and square root the 0.0006, and that should give you a 0.025. Now you're going to take that 0.025 and multiply it by 1.645 because you can't forget that number that's right outside of the square root. And then you should get a E value of 0.04. So now we're going to go ahead and step 6, go ahead and write down your interval. So you're going to have P hat minus E. Your P hat again is 0.225 minus 0.04 is less than P, which is less than 0.225 plus 0.04. So then what is your answer? You should have 0.265 and 0.185. Whoops, I kind of reversed this, so reverse it back. There we go. And that is your answer. That is your interval, your confidence interval for the population proportion. All right, you guys, so that's what you have created. So today, this is the breakdown. You do have an assessment for 2 questions, so just keep that in mind. Your homework tonight is number 12, 14, and 16 on your Google Doc. If you're like, I'm not sure where that Google Doc is going to be located, well, guess what? If you go to your ProbStats for week 2 Friday, and you guys view the assignment, you should be able to see where it says ProbStats Google Doc. Click on that to access a textbook and scroll down to week 2 Friday. And guess what? You have the textbook that is right here. So for 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that is your homework. So make sure you guys complete that. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So this is your guided notes for today. And as you can see, the green part is your 2 questions on the quiz. The yellow part right here is the 1 question that we're going to go over today in class before the quiz. And then the black, blue, purple, and red are the things you're going to do after the quiz. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so very quickly, let's just go ahead and power through this. Example 1, and you should be right here on your guided notes. Go ahead and read the study. And as you're reading the study, I want you to highlight the important information from this and identify the following items. Okay, so it says the Harvard School of Public Health did a survey of 10,904 US college students and drinking habits. So automatically your total is 10,904. The research defined frequent binge drinking as having 5 or more drinks in a row or 3 or more times in the past 2 weeks. And according to this, 2,486 students were classified as frequent binge drinkers. Based on this data, I want you to construct a 95% confidence interval of the proportion P of all college students who admit frequent binge drinking. So you know that your ZC for 0.95 is going to be 1.96. So that is the one that you need. 1.96. Okay, so now that you have all of the important information, let's go ahead and proceed forward with the question itself. Okay, so identify the in and x. We've already done that. 2, estimate the p hat for this. So that is going to give you a 2,486 divided by the total number of students that were surveyed from Harvard, 10,904. Go ahead and grab your calculator and tell me what is that equal to. All right, you should have that as 0.228, which means your Q hat is just going to be 1 minus 0.228. And what did you get for that one? 0.772. Okay, so step 3. You got to verify that N times P hat and Q times N times Q hat is bigger than 5. So N, which is going to be 10,904 times P hat 0.228 is greater or equal to 5. And then similarly, your N, which is 10,904, times Q hat, which is 0.772, is greater or equal to 5. So grab your calculators and multiply them. Are they bigger than 5? Yes, it is. You should have that on your calculator. All right, 4. Find the ZC value. ZC for a 95% confidence interval. Remember, we said that was going to be 1.86. There we go. Step 5, find the margin of error. So E is equal to ZC, so that's 1.86 times the square root of the following. It is going to be P hat times Q hat, so your P hat is 0.228 times Q hat, which is 0.772, divided by N, and your N in the situation is 1,904. 10,904. Sorry. Now what you want to do is you want to start off with the multiplication and then the division that's inside of the square root. And then you want to square root the answer. So take a moment and do that. And I just realized that I actually screwed up my ZC value because I wrote it backwards. Sorry. 1.96. And you should have the number inside the square root as, once you're done with the square root, as 0.004. Now multiply that by 1.96. And of course, your E value is then going to give you a, hold on a second. Maybe I'm screwing this up. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, no, that's correct. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm doing this correctly because I'm finding little discrepancies here with my answers. 0.228 times 0.772 divided by 10,904. So this is actually not correct. I apologize about this. Let's change that to 0.0016 times that by 1.96, which is going to give you E value of 0.0032. Okay, now that I have this value here, I just realized I just made another mistake. I'm sorry. I did have that correctly. Sorry. I'm like just making a bunch of mistakes today. 0.004. That is correct. Times by 1.96 is 0.0079. Sorry, that is like so much mistakes. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find the last step, which is find the intervals of this. And the interval is as follows. P hat, which is going to be 0.228 minus E, 0.0079, is less than P is less than 0.228 plus 0.0079. So go ahead and subtract that and add it. Which gives you a 0.2201. And this gives you a 0.2359. And this, you guys, is your answer. All right, so now that we have completed this together, we've gone over 3 different examples in class together. I feel like you guys are ready to do this on your own. So what I would like you guys to do is get started on the quiz right here. It's 5 points apiece, so 10 points altogether. Make sure you upload this on the assignment for week 2 Friday. When you're done with that, I want you to go ahead and move over here, okay? And it says a picture of you when you graduate, a picture of you after you graduate. And this is something that I did with another student of mine, actually completed it. I thought it was really cute. She has pipette because she's now a scientist. Okay, so if you're done with that, I want you to go to this tiny URL right here. You could type it in, or you can go ahead and click on it from the assignment or the Google Doc. And once you go ahead and do that, it's essentially just a 46 college question or questions about your knowledge when it comes to college. Go ahead and click on Start and then take the assessment for that. And then tell me, what is your college knowledge? Provide a summary of your score, and then your exit ticket is 3 things you learned from today's lesson. And that is it. As always, I hope you guys have a wonderful week and stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys next time in person. Take care.